He used to sit at the edge of his bed every morning, afraid to stand up. His legs felt like cinder blocks, cold, numb, and slow, like they belonged to someone else. He'd lost confidence in his body, in his balance, in his ability to live freely. But something shifted. It wasn't a miracle drug or a new procedure. It was a simple daily ritual, eating raw onions with one key ingredient that unlocked a nutrient called quercetin. And in just 3 weeks, he went from needing a cane to walking the full block with his wife again. Not just moving, but feeling alive. I'm Dr. Howard Tucker. For over 50 years, I've helped seniors rediscover strength and circulation through food, not pharmaceuticals. And today, I'm going to show you how raw onions, when eaten the right way, can reawaken blood flow, warm your limbs, and breathe new life into your aging body. You see, most seniors don't lose mobility because of weak muscles. They lose it because of poor circulation, cold hands, heavy legs, numb toes, slow healing. These aren't just inconveniences. They're warning signs. Your blood vessels aren't delivering oxygen like they used to. And when blood flow drops, so does everything else. Energy, balance, cognition, even confidence. Now here's where things get exciting. There's a natural compound called quercetin that's been shown to restore endothelial function. That's the inner lining of your blood vessels. Think of it like WD-40 for your arteries. It helps them relax, expand, and allow blood to flow smoothly, even in seniors dealing with years of plaque buildup or inflammation. But here's the part no one's talking about. Quercetin is abundant in onions, especially raw red onions and their skins, not in supplements, not in pills, but in the layers most people peel away and toss in the trash. These layers contain the highest concentrations of quercetin, more than apples, berries, or even green tea. A 2016 clinical trial published in Nutrition Research and Practice found that adults over 60 who consumed quercetin-rich foods daily experienced significant improvements in blood pressure and vascular flexibility within just 8 weeks. And the best part? The benefits were even stronger in those with pre-existing circulation problems, meaning the worse your blood flow, the more powerful the effect. But, and this is critical, quercetin is fat-soluble. That means if you eat raw onions alone, your body might absorb only a fraction. But when you eat them with healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, and combine them with a touch of acid like lemon juice or vinegar, quercetin absorption skyrockets. It's a synergy that transforms a simple salad topping into a circulation-enhancing therapy. That's exactly what I taught my patient. He didn't just eat raw onions. He combined them with olive oil, lemon juice, black pepper, and a pinch of turmeric. Suddenly, his legs weren't cold. His mind felt clearer. And for the first time in years, his feet didn't look pale and lifeless. They were warm, pink, alive. That's the power of giving your arteries the nutrients they've been starving for. After age 60, something subtle but dangerous begins to happen inside the body. The arteries, once flexible and responsive, begin to stiffen. The endothelial lining, which acts like Teflon for your blood vessels, loses its ability to relax. As a result, blood pressure climbs, oxygen delivery slows, and tiny capillaries, especially in your legs, feet, and brain, start to shut down. This is why so many seniors feel cold feet even in summer, get dizzy when standing, or struggle with that afternoon brain fog. It's not just aging, it's compromised blood flow. And this is where raw onions come in. Onions, especially when eaten raw and uncooked, contain compounds that go far beyond vitamins. They act like vascular repair kits. Quercetin, the star nutrient we introduced earlier, helps relax blood vessels by increasing nitric oxide, the same compound your body used to produce in abundance in your 30s and 40s. Nitric oxide is what allows your blood vessels to expand and contract with each heartbeat, keeping pressure stable and your brain and limbs nourished. But here's something most people don't know. Onions also contain organosulfur compounds like allicin and diallyl sulfide. These natural chemicals help reduce blood viscosity, meaning your blood flows more smoothly, with less resistance. It's like swapping out cold maple syrup for warm water. Everything moves better. and the benefits go even deeper. Studies out of Oxford Brookes University have shown that seniors who regularly consume raw onions experience improved peripheral blood flow, especially to the hands and feet. In one study, capillary refill time, a common clinical test for circulation, improved by over 40% in just 4 weeks. That's not subtle. That's visible change. But it's not just about what's in the onion. It's how you eat it. Cooking onions at high heat destroys up to 70% of their quercetin and sulfur content. That's why the key is to eat them raw, but not plain. When you combine them with a little healthy fat and acid, like olive oil and apple cider vinegar, you create the ideal absorption environment. Think of it like unlocking a treasure chest. The onion holds the key nutrients. The oil and vinegar, they turn the key. And when that key turns, blood starts moving again. Most people eat onions the wrong way. They chop them, cook them, or throw them in a soup and expect magic. But if you want the real circulatory benefits, you have to treat the onion like medicine. And that means activating it. The first step is slicing. When you slice or crush an onion, you trigger an internal reaction. The cells rupture and release an enzyme called allinase, which then interacts with sulfoxides inside the onion to create allicin, the same compound found in garlic that fights inflammation and improves blood flow. But here's the secret. You have to let it rest. After slicing, leave the onion sitting on the cutting board for 10 minutes before eating. That gives the allicin time to fully activate. If you skip this step, you lose most of the compound before it even reaches your plate. Next comes the pairing. To absorb quercetin, the circulation-boosting compound we covered earlier, your body needs fat. Not a lot. Just a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil is enough to open the cellular doors. Combine this with acid, like lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, and now you've created the perfect biochemical environment for absorption. One of my favorite ways to do this is with a simple raw onion tonic. Thinly slice half a red onion. Toss it in a bowl with a tablespoon of olive oil, a splash of lemon juice, and a pinch of sea salt. Let it sit for 15 minutes. Then eat it as a side dish. Mix it into a salad or spoon it over steamed vegetables. It's tangy, slightly sweet, and deeply therapeutic. Another option? Add your raw onion mix to avocado toast. The healthy fats in the avocado will boost quercetin absorption even further. And the fiber in whole grain toast slows digestion, giving your body more time to unlock every drop of healing compound. One word of caution. Some people experience mild gas or bloating when they first add raw onions to their routine. That's just your gut bacteria adjusting. Start small, a few slices a day, and build up gradually over a week. Your body isn't used to food this powerful, but once it adjusts, you'll feel the difference in your hands, your feet, your brain, and your energy. Because when blood flows better, everything gets better. When circulation improves, the changes start quietly. For most seniors, it's not dramatic at first. It's subtle. You don't wake up running marathons, but something shifts. One of my patients described it best. She said, "I didn't feel younger. I felt warmer. That warmth, that's blood returning to places it hasn't reached in years. Cold fingers that used to ache in the morning now feel limber. Toes that were pale and stiff begin turning pink again. That buzzing, tingling sensation in the legs, the one that made you fear neuropathy, it starts to fade, and with it, so does the fear." Seniors often tell me they don't trust their legs anymore, that their steps feel unstable, like walking on stilts. But once blood flow returns to the lower limbs, the nerves begin to wake up. Muscles get the oxygen they need. Balance improves. Confidence returns. And it's not just physical. Better circulation delivers more oxygen to the brain. That means clearer thinking, fewer memory lapses, and more energy. You stop losing your train of thought mid-sentence. You feel more plugged in. Seniors describe it as a lifting of the fog, like someone turned the lights back on upstairs. Even digestion improves. Why? Because blood flow also nourishes the gut. Many seniors don't realize their constipation, bloating, or indigestion isn't from food. It's from poor circulation in the digestive tract. And here's something few people talk about: mood. Once oxygen and nutrients reach the brain consistently, serotonin levels stabilize. Seniors who once felt flat, irritable, or unmotivated begin feeling more engaged. Not euphoric, just alive. One patient told me, "I actually wanted to leave the house again. I can't remember the last time I felt like that." All of this from a food most people overlook. And when paired with other circulation-enhancing habits, light walking, hydration, and anti-inflammatory foods, the results build on each other. That's the beauty of restoring blood flow. It doesn't fix one thing. It activates everything your body has been trying to do on its own. Raw onions, when done right, aren't just a food. They're a fuse. And once you light that fuse, your body remembers what it feels like to thrive again. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds great, but am I really going to eat raw onions every day? You'd be surprised. Once you experience the benefits, the warm hands, the steady legs, the mental clarity, it doesn't feel like a chore anymore. It feels like self-respect, like a small daily promise you're keeping to your future self. And the good news? It only takes 5 minutes a day. Let me show you how my older patients build the raw onion ritual into their real lives, without changing everything. Breakfast? Skip it. Onions don't belong there. But by lunchtime, your digestive system is awake, and your body's ready to absorb. That's the perfect time. Here's the easiest version. Take half a red onion, slice it thin, and toss it into a small container with 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a splash of lemon juice or vinegar, and a pinch of sea salt. Shake it. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. This little bowl becomes your daily sidekick. Pair it with a soup, a sandwich, or spoon it over a salad or steamed vegetables. Some even top it over grilled fish or quinoa bowls for an extra layer of flavor and function. Others prefer to add their onion blend to avocado toast or mash it into tuna or salmon salad for a double dose of circulation support. One of my patients even stirs her raw onions into cottage cheese with black pepper. It may sound odd, but she swears it keeps her ankles from swelling. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. Even 3 tablespoons of raw onion a day, prepared properly, can deliver meaningful amounts of quercetin, organosulfur compounds, and natural blood vessel tonics your body desperately needs. And here's a tip. If the bite of raw onion is too strong at first, let it marinate longer. The acid softens the harshness. Some patients even add a bit of chopped parsley or honey to mellow the flavor while supporting detox pathways and liver health. The goal isn't to force it, it's to make it yours. The raw onion ritual should feel like a small, empowering habit, not punishment. Because when you build it into your routine, you're not just feeding your body, you're rewiring it to circulate, to think, to move, like it remembers how. When seniors stick with the raw onion ritual for more than a few weeks, something remarkable happens. The improvements don't just stack, they compound. What begins as warmer feet and steadier steps slowly transforms into something much bigger: resilience. That's what we're really talking about here. Resilience of the heart. Quercetin doesn't just improve circulation in the legs, it reduces arterial stiffness throughout the cardiovascular system. Long-term intake is associated with lower systolic blood pressure, reduced plaque formation, and better cholesterol ratios. One large-scale study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who consumed quercetin-rich foods regularly had a 32% lower risk of cardiovascular events, not because of any one miracle, but because their blood kept moving. Resilience of the brain. Oxygen is brain fuel. When circulation improves, so does mental sharpness. That dreaded senior moment becomes less frequent. Focus lasts longer. Even mood begins to stabilize. Seniors who maintain healthy blood flow through foods like onions show slower cognitive decline and reduced risk of dementia, according to findings from the Journal of Gerontology. And here's something people forget. Brain fog is often the first sign of circulatory issues. not memory loss. Once blood returns to the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory, it's like flipping the lights back on. Resilience of movement. Over time, enhanced blood flow nourishes the joints, ligaments, and muscles. Seniors who used to get winded walking to the mailbox are now gardening, traveling, and even dancing again. One patient of mine, 84 years old, told me, "I don't feel young, but I feel capable." And that's all I wanted. This isn't about reversing aging. It's about restoring function. And that changes lives. And the beauty of it? You're not relying on pills with side effects. You're not dependent on expensive treatments. You're rebuilding yourself with a food that costs cents per serving and requires no prescription. That's what makes this ritual so powerful. It's low cost, low effort, but high impact. And when you stay consistent, just one small bowl a day, your body starts to reward you. Your vessels open, your limbs reawaken, your thinking clears. You begin to trust your body again. The onion may be humble, but when done right, it becomes one of the most powerful circulatory tools available to seniors today. It doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps in, quietly, steadily, like the changing of a season. One day you realize your legs don't ache after climbing the stairs. You catch yourself standing longer at the sink without needing to sit. You walk outside without worrying about your balance. And then one morning you look down at your feet, and they're pink, warm, alive. The same feet that once felt like bricks, the same hands that struggled to grip a coffee mug, the same brain that once paused in the middle of a sentence, now moving with ease. That's not a miracle. That's blood flow. That's what happens when you give your body what it's been quietly begging for. Not a new medication, not a trendy superfood, but the overlooked, underestimated power of a raw onion. Done right. Because aging doesn't mean decline. It means adaptation. And when you adapt your nutrition to meet the needs of your changing body, you unlock healing that no drug can manufacture. The body is brilliant. It knows how to repair. It knows how to protect. But it can't do it without the raw materials. Because aging doesn't mean decline. It means adaptation. And when you adapt your nutrition to meet the needs of your changing body, you unlock healing that no drug can manufacture. The body is brilliant. It knows how to repair. It knows how to protect. But it can't do it without the raw materials.